My name is Claire Newsom, and I am the CEO and founder of Pipeline Programming. Wait, I don't like this angle. 1 second. Okay, this is much better. So before I tell you exactly what pipeline programming is, I want to tell you a little bit about the motivation behind it. So when I was first year in college, I took this intro sociology class, and it really taught me how privileged I was. One of these privileges I found out that I had was even being able to take a computer science course at a liberal arts institution like Mount Holyoke. Mount Holyoke kind of forces you to branch out, and so I was kind of forced into taking the science of the lab, and on a whim I took computer science, but I never thought I would be good at it. Programmers, they didn't look like me. They were boys, they were white, they were sassy. I don't really have all that much of a personality. I'm kind of timid. I'm a minority. I'm a female. I'm not a programmer. But it turns out I'm kind of good at it. And it made me think, is the next Bill Gates out there? Is the next Grace Hopper out there? And they just don't realize that they're good at programming because they've never been offered a course in it. And I figured, could I maybe provide that education for people who don't have the resources to access it in the traditional way? And so that's kind of where this idea of a computerless computer science curriculum came into play. How can we get computer science into curriculums that can't afford a computer for every student? How do we get computer science into curriculums that don't trust a computer to every student, like prisons? But it does sound kind of like an oxymoron. And so you kind of think about what computer science actually is. Computer science is logic, and once you learn that logic, all you have to do is figure out how to translate that into Java or into R, and then you're set. So if you can teach students the logic behind computer science and teach them a couple ways to say it in a certain language, then you can teach them how to program. And with that programming knowledge, they can get a pretty good job that pays them a pretty good wage that can, help them live, help them thrive. Measuring the difference between my peers who did have the opportunity to learn computer science in high school and myself who didn't, I can see not only a difference in the way we learn and the swiftness with which we gather material and the opportunities we get in the field, but also in our confidence. And it took me a while to feel like I belonged in computer science. And if I can change that for people who are maybe in underserved communities, or for people who are in prisons who think, now that they have a criminal record, their lives are over, they'll never get a job, I think that would mean the world. Now I'm going to briefly describe the social construct that pipeline programming aims to disrupt. It is called the school-to-prison pipeline. Imagine you are a kid attending a high school where teachers do not have the resources to fully engage your intellect or get you excited about your future beyond high school. You'd probably spend your time doing silly high school kid things. Now it's time for you to graduate, or maybe you drop out. You are in a community that does not have the resources to employ you, or maybe you can find a job, but still can't make ends meet. The silly high schooler activities that used to fly when you were a teenager now turn into criminal activity that helps you pay the bills, or even just pass the time. Most likely, you'll eventually get arrested and end up in prison. In prison, you're not spending your time productively, and you drive the wedge further between you and the potential job that will help you leave behind the activities that landed you in prison in the first place. When you get out of jail, you find that it is even harder to get a job with a criminal record, which encourages you to continue partaking in illegal conduct. The pipeline ushers you between prison and joblessness. Pipeline programming aims to interfere with this pipeline in two key places. The first is in schools, at the root of the problem. Pipeline programming aims to aid schools in providing opportunities for kids to explore computer science and inspire them to go to college. The second place is in prisons, to make people more employable upon their release. Pipeline programming is off to a great start, however there's still a lot of work I want to do in the future. One of my ideas is creating a career network so that when students are finished with the curriculum, they're promised a job or an internship that will lead to a job later. That's just one of the ideas that I think will make pipeline programming one of the most innovative computer science curriculums in the future. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate your time, and I hope that you consider this a worthy project.